Hello, my name is Paul Camuso, candidate for re-election to the Medford City Council. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Richard Trotter and his staff and students at the Medford High School Media Technology Department for giving me the opportunity to express my ideas and concerns and views to the citizens of Medford. As your city councilor, I have been working to ensure that the citizens of Medford get the representation that they deserve from their local government. If re-elected to the Medford City Council, I will continue to fight to make sure that every part of this community gets the representation that they deserve. Whether you live in the Hillside, South Medford, Wellington, North Medford, West Medford, or anywhere else in this community, you deserve a strong voice that is going to stand up and fight for the issues that are important to you as a taxpayer and as a citizen of the city of Medford. The taxpayers deserve a city councilor that is going to fight to bring in quality businesses into our community that do not affect the integrity of our neighborhoods. By bringing in quality businesses, it will relieve the residential tax burden and provide quality employment opportunities for Medford residents. I will continue to look for new ways to create additional revenue without putting the burden on the shoulders of our taxpayers. This will allow Medford to hire additional public safety personnel, DPW personnel, and other services and equipment that are so important to enhancing the quality of life within our community. As a member of the Medford City Council, I am going to continue looking for alternative ways for our senior citizens to reduce their tax obligations. We are indebted to the senior citizens of Medford. It is these individuals that have made Medford a great place for all of us to live and raise our families. We need to provide our senior citizens with more programs, both socially and medically, that will allow them to cherish their golden years of retirement. I am also going to continue to support and promote the linkage program that will save Medford taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars over the many years that it has been in place. I will continue to be the city council that is always accessible to the citizens of Medford. When you have a sidewalk problem, you can call Paul Camuso. When you have a tree problem, you can call Paul Camuso. When you have to get your street snow plowed, you call Paul Camuso. When you have any problem or concern, you call Paul Camuso, and I will work to get you the answers that are important to you as taxpayers and citizens of the city of Medford. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve as your city councilor. I would love to continue moving this great city of Medford forward by working together to make Medford the best city in town in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. On November 5th, please consider me, Paul A. Camuso, number 1 on the ballot for one of your 7 city council votes. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi, my name is Mark Crowley, and I'm a candidate for Medford City Council, and I'd like to ask for your vote on November 5th. I'd like to use my experience as a successful business leader to bring a new generation of leadership to Medford. Over the past several months, I've spent every weekend going door to door around the city. I visited thousands of people, both to share my ideas for Medford, as well as to listen to people's concerns. From the Heights to Hillside, from South Medford to West Medford, to Lawrence Estates to Wellington, I've met so many people proud of the city that they live in. However, they've also made it clear that they'd like to see some changes in City Hall. Like you, they're tired of the bickering and the petty arguments. At the root of the problem is that we have a city council that hasn't seen many new faces in a long time. The average member has been there for about 15 years, and with that comes a lot of history, which can stand in the way of making progress. But more than that, our city has changed a lot in recent years, yet our elected officials haven't. Medford is blessed with a rich diversity of people, from the lifelong residents who are the backbone of our community, to the young couples who in recent years have sought out Medford to raise their families. We need some new blood in City Hall to ensure that everyone's voice is being heard and to bring some new ideas and fresh thinking to the table. Having spent my career in business, I'm concerned when I see rising property taxes with little to show for it. Taxes are up $650 per homeowner over the past 5 years. And if you're a small business owner, that increase is more like $2,000. And don't forget, just a few years ago, the city imposed a local meals tax. All of this is money that you could be using to save for your retirement, your kids' college, or simply paying for groceries. Instead, in exchange for the almost $5,000 a year we each pay in property taxes, We have a crumbling police station, schools that should be doing a lot better for our kids, and roads littered with potholes. And our business districts, especially Medford Square, look tired and uninviting. Meanwhile, the City Council spends its time each week debating taxi license and whose turn it is to be president of the City Council. What we need is a City Council that is looking out for the interests of the taxpayers and how we can make the most of the wealth of natural, cultural, and economic resources that our city has been blessed with. Just as we do at home, the city must practice financial discipline and make sure that we're spending our money as smartly as possible. And for 20 years, I've done just that. As a successful business leader, I've helped companies grow, create jobs, and balance budgets. And that's just the sort of fresh perspective that we need on the City Council. And that's why I'm running and asking for your vote. On a personal note, I was born in Medford, and I currently live on Boynton Road, just up the block from St. Joseph's Church, where I'm a parishioner with my family. I received a degree in economics from Brandeis University. I also graduated from MIT, where I received my MBA. Today, I work as the Director of Finance for a software company called Constant Contact, where I'm responsible for managing a $200 million budget for an organization with more than 1,000 employees. I've been married for 15 years to my lovely wife, Suanna. She's an archaeologist by trade and teaches currently at Boston College. Together, we're blessed with two beautiful daughters, ages 8 and 17 months. Now, as much as my wife and my daughters mean the world to me, they aren't the only ones I'm fighting for by running for City Council. I want to work with the thousands of Medford residents that I've personally visited over the past several months. So I ask for your vote on November 5th so that we can bring a fresh face and some long overdue change to City Hall. Again, my name is Mark Crowley. I thank you for your time, and I thank you for your support.
Hello, I'm Fred Del Russo, and I'm a candidate for re-election to the Medford City Council. It has been a privilege to serve the people of Medford on the council for the past 8 years, and I ask you today to vote for me on Tuesday, November 5th. Medford is a beautiful community to live in, and I'm happy to call it home. For many people, it is a great place to live and work. As a local business owner, I know this and I'm proud of it. Over the years, countless people have told me, both multi-generational families here and new citizens who searched out and chose to live here, what a great place this is. Our parks, our wooded areas, our business districts, our schools and athletic facilities, a strong arts community and service groups, proximity to Boston are all things we can be proud of. Many of us have known each other for generations and are proud of those friendships and the stability they bring to our community. As it has been throughout our city's history, new families come to our community to live and to contribute. They bring new perspectives, vitality, and new friendships. Throughout my years on the council, I have always sought to focus on what unites us, what is common to all of us, and what will improve our city. Rather than getting mired in personality conflicts which separate and fuel enmity, I have worked to focus on issues that build us up and move our city forward. Maybe this is why so many people refer to me as the voice of reason. The recent past brought economic hardship in our country, and this has been felt in our city of Medford. The political climate on the national level has been obstructive and divisive, unfortunately. This has led to one of the most shameful episodes in recent history, the government shutdown. Some of this even plays out on the local level, miring efforts for progress. Despite all this, Medford continues to reinvest in its future, and I'm proud to be part of that effort. We have made park improvements, capital improvements to an aging high school, and embarked on a project to rebuild the pool, which will be available to us all. Construction on a new public works facility is underway, which will help improve the delivery of services, preserve valuable equipment, create safe access to necessary services for the public, and improve working conditions for the talented men and women who work hard to maintain our city. This summer saw the beginning of many street and infrastructure maintenance projects, which are still underway. They include the replacement of and repair of gas, water, and sewer lines, replacement of sidewalks and street surfaces, and improved access for persons with disabilities. Long-standing water and flooding issues are being dealt with. Energy-saving efforts continue in public buildings and squares, and after a long and deliberate effort, a steady stream of hiring is underway in the police and fire departments. While I might sound a bit optimistic, I'm really a realist. I'm working for our future. I respect and cherish our heritage. I've listened to you. I know what's important to you, and I'm working for that. I'll continue to work to improve our business districts and squares. Economic vitality and entrepreneurial spirit works best in a community of mutual respect where the needs of business districts and neighborhoods are clarified and achieved. Getting a handle on traffic and parking management will alleviate so much of the anxiety we find ourselves experiencing. And I'll support serious efforts at regular maintenance with the vision for the future of our public buildings and facilities. Increasing areas of input and involvement from all people in our city will only bring about better results in what we are looking for. 8 years ago, I promised I would listen. I'll continue to listen and continue to be a voice for you. So on Tuesday, November 5th, please vote for me, Fred Delarusso.
I'm Bob Fitzpatrick, and I'm running for Medford City Council. This is an exciting time in Medford's history. We have tremendous opportunities in front of us and a number of challenges as well. I believe that our city needs a forward-looking, active, and engaged council. As your city councilor, I will work to make Medford an even more attractive and vibrant place to live. Medford needs more places to go, ways to get there, and reasons to stay. Working in the state legislature and as a member of the community, I have been actively involved in efforts to bring the Green Line to Medford and to clean up the Mystic River and make it more accessible. On issues such as the development of Medford Square, public transportation, pedestrian safety, traffic and parking, Medford deserves a city council that will listen to the residents, be responsive, and provide bold, progressive leadership. I am running to be your voice on the council and to provide that leadership. We have not always lived up to that ideal. Too often, infighting and personality conflicts have taken the place of informed debate on the best ways to move our city forward. I'm running to bring a new energy, a new perspective, and a spirit of cooperation to the council. I have knocked hundreds of doors across the city and am constantly reminded of the wide variety of talented and thoughtful residents that we are fortunate to have living here in Medford. Everywhere I go, I hear different concerns. As your city councilor, I will continue to listen to those concerns and to work to create venues for people to engage with their city government. Our residents are a resource. By bringing more people to the table, we can tap into the ideas and energy of a population that wants to see our city grow and flourish. One of the great opportunities for Medford, the Green Line extension, also poses some of the most important challenges. The Green Line will provide tremendous opportunity for economic growth while providing access to modern and convenient public transportation for many of our neighborhoods. At the same time, we need to manage that economic growth responsibly, and we need to have a plan in place for traffic and parking to ensure that the Green Line is serving the community and reducing traffic and congestion and not attracting additional traffic from other neighborhoods or other cities. Medford has great squares throughout the city, from Medford Square to Haynes Square to West Medford Square and many others. Medford has many places for people to gather and businesses to grow. We need to capitalize on these resources. We need to focus on traffic and parking issues in our squares, concentrating on pedestrian and multimodal access. More and more people want places to go that are walkable and provide inviting spaces to hang out and relax. Incorporating green spaces, wider sidewalks, safe crosswalks, and places to sit create a welcoming atmosphere. The City Council also needs to create a welcoming atmosphere for businesses who want to open in Medford. Some great new businesses have opened in Medford Square in recent years, and we need to encourage more to do so. One change we can make right away that will have an immediate positive impact is to update our liquor license ordinances. If we make responsible changes to our liquor laws to allow for more flexibility, we will create space for a wide variety of new businesses that will reinvigorate the many wonderful squares throughout the city. Bistros, pubs, and small restaurants will provide new destinations for current residents and attract visitors. Increased entertainment at the Chevalier Theater, combined with more choices to eat and drink in the square, will create a space where people can spend an evening in Medford rather than driving to Somerville, Cambridge, or Boston. If we embrace a vision of what the square could be and work together toward that vision, Medford Square has the potential to be one of the great city centers in Massachusetts. The city is blessed with many great resources. The most important resource we possess is the people themselves. We have many families who have lived in Medford for several generations and have a sense of pride and history in the city that is truly inspiring. We also have many new residents who bring with them new energy and new perspectives. Old Medford and New Medford are joined by a common goal of making a great Medford, where our seniors are taken care of, our children have access to the best schools possible, and our business community is able to thrive. As a former small business owner in downtown Boston, I have a keen understanding of the issues facing our small business community. I will work hard to make sure that our squares, our main streets, and all of our business districts are well maintained, responsibly developed, and responsive to the needs of customers and business owners alike. As Senator Pat Jalen's Chief of Staff, I have a long history of working with the mayor to get things done. I've also worked with many stakeholders, advocates, and community groups across the city. I've always worked hard to bring people together to achieve our common goals. I've also been a strong advocate for Medford with the legislature and with many state agencies, from DCR to DOT, working on everything from the Middlesex Fells Resource Management Plan to the Green Line extension. As your city councilor, I will continue to listen to your concerns and work hard every day to find solutions to move Medford forward.
My name is Adam Knight. I'm a first-time candidate for the Medford City Council and number 10 on the ballot. Presently, I reside on High Street with my wife Allison. We're expecting our first child just a few weeks after the November 5th election. I'm a product of the Medford Public Schools, graduating from Medford High School in 1996. I attended Merrimack College, where I earned a bachelor's degree in political science. I also have a master's degree in public administration from Suffolk University's Sawyer School of Business. Since April, when I announced my candidacy for the Medford City Council, I've been knocking on doors, meeting the wonderful residents of the city of Medford, and attending many events. The two most frequent questions that I'm asked is, why are you running for City Council, and what are you going to do? So I think it's fitting that I use this opportunity to answer those questions for you. I'm running for Medford City Council because I feel as though politics has gotten in the way of our city's progress. Medford is fast gaining a reputation as one of the premier communities in Massachusetts to work, live, and play. As our city grows, we're presented with many challenges to overcome and many opportunities to keep Medford moving in the right direction. Education, infrastructure, business district revitalization, public safety, and service delivery are my primary concerns. These are the key components to the long-term sustainability and success of our community. I think we need to invest in these areas because these areas provide the foundation for a strong quality of life, not only now, but for our future generations. Through initiatives such as storefront improvement and beautification programs, parking enforcement and traffic mitigation, capital improvement projects, and the further development of public and private partnerships, we can create an even more vibrant, sustainable Medford. But we need to act now, with an eye on the future, to be sure that opportunities are not lost and that Medford continues to thrive. On November 5th, we have an opportunity to elect a new city council. And with the retirement of Councilor Mayako, there is a vacant seat for the first time in many years. We need to fill this void with someone who will provide stability, sensibility, and a realistic, common sense approach to local government. I feel I have the education, experience, and ability to serve the people of Medford in that fashion. I'm proud of Medford's past, and I'd like the opportunity to work hard for Medford's future. I truly believe that the two most important functions of a city councilor are to represent your interests on City Hall and to provide top-of-the-line constituent services. I'm qualified and committing to doing just that. I have 15 years of experience in state and local government and a master's degree in public administration, so I understand how government works. For the better part of a decade, I was the Director of Constituent Services for the late State Senator Charlie Sheen, so I understand how to get things done. I've had the opportunity to represent over 5,000 municipal employees as their union representative, negotiating their contracts, enforcing their contracts, and organizing new membership. So I have experience fighting for working families. And presently I'm employed in the Executive Office of Labor as a conciliator, where I've handled nearly 8,000 workers' compensation cases, settling nearly 40% of those cases before going into litigation. So I have experience building consensus and compromise. These are the skills that I'm going to take to the Medford City Council. I have a proven track record. I'm committed to listening, I'm committed to being accountable and accessible, to being proactive, not reactive, to focusing on solutions, not finger-pointing, and to restoring positive and conscientious debate back to the Medford Hall City Council chambers. I'll bring fresh ideas, new perspectives, and a constituent-based approach to the Medford City Council. That's why I asked for one of your 7 votes. My name is Adam Knight, and number 10 on the ballot, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you very much.